Hi friends, it's Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead, and today I thought I would answer a common question I've been getting lately concerning this platform slash table that I'm sitting on here. It's in our dining room, and every time it's in a video or in a photo on Instagram, I always get questions about what is going on with this big wooden platform. So today's the day I'm going to answer that question. As you can see, we're sitting on it. This is actually our dining room table, and it's a floor table. When we had our fifth child, we ran out of space at our old dining room table and we needed to come up with something different. And Adam had expressed a desire in building the table himself. And Adam's someone who's always been kind of fascinated with Japanese culture and had seen the traditional floor tables from Japan and thought it would be really fun to try it out. And after thinking about it a little bit as a mom, I thought this could be a good thing for us, and I was willing to give it a shot. So let me explain some of the benefits of having this floor table. First of all, obviously it was easier for Adam to not have to build a bunch of chairs and benches. That was wonderful. But it also makes it easier for me as a mom to not have to wipe down chairs and benches after every single meal. You know that children can be very messy as they eat, especially multiple little children. And so the less furniture to have to wipe down, the less time it takes to clean up after meals. I find now all I have to do is wipe down the table and the floor, and that's it. And that's wonderful. There's also less visual clutter in the room, if that makes sense, without having all of the chairs. It's just one piece of furniture instead of having, tons of chairs and benches in the room as well. So I really liked that because we are a large family living in a smaller space, and so the less we can have in our environment, the better and the easier it is, both in terms of clutter and management and all of that. So that was one of the benefits of it. For us, doing the floor table, it's the perfect height for little ones. Toddlers love it. So if they want to, if they want to play with toys, they can walk right up to the edge of the table, and at a standing height, they can, put their toys on the table. For me as a mom, I dry my laundry in this room. This is the room where our wood stove is in. It's really super convenient for me to just fold my clothes and toss them on this platform. It just works out great for us. So if you've ever wondered why we eat on the floor, yes, it was an intentional choice. Those are some of the reasons why we did it, and we really enjoy it. To give you some of the specs, this table was originally, we wanted it to be 4 feet by 8 feet in length, but because of the room dimensions, just to make it fit better, we made it about 4 feet by 7.5 feet. And it sits about 14 inches high, which Adam made it just a little bit taller than the traditional height for a floor table because he didn't want to have to hunch over it all. If we're sitting on the floor, we can sit straight up and eat comfortably at this table. So those are the dimensions. He made it out of poplar, and he made it with the short legs so that they're removable. If we ever decide that we no longer want to sit on the floor, we can switch out these short legs with the longer traditional height legs that he built, and then we could just build some benches or get some chairs or whatever and turn this very easily into a regular table. We love it. It works for us. Some of the cons, though, are that it's not always... People, when they come to eat, don't always want to sit on the floor. So sometimes for guests, if they're not into sitting at the table, we'll sit at our breakfast, where we eat breakfast in the morning in the videos. We sit at our kitchen island on the stools, and that works great. Toward the end of pregnancy, I often don't want to get up and down off the floor. So in that case, I'll pull up a regular chair and just eat in the room with them, and that works fine. This is to give you a little bit of an idea of the height. It kind of comes to shin height on us, and then when we want to eat, we just pull it out like that and get everybody set up. Then after we're done, we can clean up and just, with your shin, kind of move it right back into place. So it saves us space. This room is not huge, and a corner of it is taken up by our wood stove. And we couldn't have had just a traditional table sitting in the middle of the space and use the wood stove comfortably. So this was, I guess, a solution to our space issue, and it works really well. One other common question that I get about the table is how do you get the little ones to stay sitting at it during mealtime? And that can be a challenge. We found the first year I had the table, they just pop up and down and run around the room because they're not in a seat to be contained. And so to solve that, I took our old high chairs that we had that would attach to a regular chair, and we put that on the floor, and it's the perfect height to just, if you look right here, it just slides right in to the side of the table, and that sort of contains the little 2-year-old toddlers, and they're happy to stay at the table with that. We also have some little stools that work for our 4-year-old, and he can pull that right up to the table edge and be sitting, because for little ones, the table, if they're sitting down, can be about this height on them and isn't quite as comfortable. So the little stool gives them a boost, and that works great. And so I hope that answers your question about the table and why we are sitting on the floor when we're eating. We really like it, and it works for us for now. So I hope you're all having a blessed day, and I look forward to sharing a little more with you again in the future. Bye, friends.